All right. The purpose of this video is for you to be able to draw waves and vary their amplitude, frequency, wavelength, and period. We're going to do these variables one at a time, and I'll explain it, but you're actually kind of changing all of them if you change one of their variables, but we're going to go about them individually. Now, the first variable we're going to vary is frequency. Here's our start wave. Frequency is how often I see the wave. So change the frequency to make it higher or greater. I'm going to basically crush the wave together. This wave would have a higher frequency than that wave. If I have a lower frequency, I'm going to spread the waves out. All right? Now I haven't even completed half of a wave on that one. All right, so this is frequency, symbol of new, higher and lower compared to that. Now, to vary the wavelength, symbol is lambda. That's the distance between identical points on two adjacent waves. I'm going to vary how close these bumps are to each other. I can make it the wavelength smaller by bringing the crests or bringing these waves closer together. That would make the wavelength smaller. I would make it higher by, once again, spreading it out. Now, this is like the inverse of what happens to frequency. If I make it the wavelength smaller, I make the frequency go up, and vice versa with wavelength. Sorry, and vice versa when I make it higher, the wavelength goes up, the frequency goes down. So as lambda goes up, nu goes down, and as lambda goes down, nu goes up. And I wrote these out. This is for that, and that's for this. Because I'm making the wavelength smaller here, and that's going to increase my frequency. And I'm making the wavelength bigger here, and that's going to decrease my frequency. I went back and rewrote it. So as wavelength goes down, the waves get crushed. Frequency goes up. As wavelength goes up, frequency goes down. The waves get spread out. Now, to vary the period, you're varying an amount of time. And an amount of time is how long it takes for something to happen. And in this case, we're varying how much time it takes one wave to go by. So to make a smaller period, you would crush the wave together because it's going to take less time for one wave to go by because they're closer together. To get a larger period or longer, because it's a unit of time, you're going to spread the wave out. All right? So to make a longer period, you spread the wave. To make a smaller period, you'd crush the wave. Amplitude is like the size for waves from the median or from the middle. And this is essentially how tall the wave is. Right? To make it bigger, I would make the wave more big, and to make it smaller, I'd shrink the wave down. So to have a bigger amplitude, and to make it smaller, I'd go like that. And that's how I would draw the waves to vary these four variables.